I've just returned from the Nobel Laureates meeting in Lindau, Germany, which I attended with around 600 other young researchers, as well as 37 Nobel laureates across the fields of medicine and physiology. So on a typical day at the meeting, which was a week long, we started in the morning with a science breakfast. So, for example, the Australian hosted breakfast was a Women in Science breakfast, which was mediated by Adam Spencer, and he interviewed Elizabeth Blackburn, who's a Nobel laureate from Australia, as well as Suzanne Corey, who's a prominent professor from the WEHI in Australia, as well as even Brian Schmidt, who's a physicist who's won the Nobel Prize from Australia. And after the breakfast, then we would head into presentations that were individually given by each Nobel laureate for 30 minutes each. And then the Australian delegation would head off for lunch with 2 of the Nobel laureates. And then in the afternoon, we would have more intimate sessions with the presenters from the morning that we could choose which small session we wanted to go to. And this gave a better chance for question and answer. And quite often, this focused less on the research and more on just asking questions about career advice or how people got to where they were. And then in the evening we would have dinner together, and everyone could mingle from all different countries and all the different Nobel laureates. Yeah, it was really interesting to have lunch with Wally Gilbert, who is also credited with coming up with the method for sequencing DNA. Just given the vast amount of experience I've had with DNA sequencing over the course of my science career. So it was interesting to talk to the guy who, without his discovery, I wouldn't have probably done much of the work that I've done so far. And he is quite a dynamic guy. In addition to being a scientist, he's also an artist, and he really encouraged us to also go after other creative pursuits or sporting pursuits in life, and how having that balance, sometimes even when you're not in the lab, you can come up with really great ideas outside of that. My research focuses on the metabolism of cancer and also the genes that are involved in regulating that metabolism. Currently I'm working on prostate cancer, but in my PhD here at the Garvan, I studied these processes in pancreatic cancer. And if we better understand the processes regulating the metabolism of cancer, we can select out drugs that may be more specific to each patient's tumor metabolism, and in quite a lot of circumstances, these drugs may already be approved for use for other diseases such as diabetes. In terms of my own research and my own career, the meeting was basically just a reassurance that even though as researchers we may find things to feel very competitive or a bit discouraging at times because we don't all make great discoveries every day, it was just a reassurance that if you work hard, and especially if you stand up for your ideas and you pursue them further, you can be very successful over a long period of time. So you just have to persevere.